Hello students, as you know that in the previous part of the video we have discussed the modulus of a complex number. After that we have solved few questions of exercise 5.1 from NCERT. Okay, so in the today's video I will tell you the few important questions of exercise 5.1 from NCERT. Okay, so up to question number 3 student I have discussed, and I have seen that question number 4, 5, 6 and 7 all are very easy, and that are simply based on the concept of Bode mass. Okay, whatever number it will come, you have to represent it in the form of a plus ib. Okay, students, in this exercise from question number 1 to question number 10, okay, you have to represent all questions from question number 1 to question number 10 in the form of a plus ib. Okay, so from question number 1 to question number 10, few question number 2nd and 3rd I have told you. Now I am going to tell you question number 8, because the previous question number 8 are very easy, means question number 4, 5, 6 and 7 are very easy and you can solve them. Okay, so student, question number 8 is also very easy, but I thought I should tell you. So here I am going to solve question number 8. Okay, I am hoping student that you all having your maths NCERT book with you. Okay, so see student, 8th question of NCERT 5.1 exercise 5.1 is that bracket 1 minus I to power 4. Okay, and you have to represent this question, the solution of this question in the form of a plus bi. Okay, so see, generally we don't know the formula of a plus b or a minus b power 4, but we can solve it. Okay, so student, this expression can be written as 1 minus I to power 2 into 1 minus I to power 2. This can be written now. Now you can expand this 1 minus I to power 2 in the formula of a minus b ka whole square. Okay, so see, I am going to expand it, so it will come 1 plus I square minus 2i, because we know that the formula of a minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So same concept I have applied in this form. Okay, now this in this bracket again same thing will come 1 plus I square minus 2i. Okay, now student, we all know that the value of I square is minus 1. So here I can put the value of I square, here is 1, and when I will put the value of I square here, it will become minus 1, then minus 2i. Okay, into again in this bracket same thing will come, so 1 minus 1 minus 2i. Okay, now 1 1 cancel, 1 1 cancel, so in this bracket what is left? Minus 2i, and in this bracket also minus 2i. So see, minus minus will become plus, 2 into 2 will become 4, and I into I square. Okay, now the value of I square is minus 1, so 4 into minus 1 will become minus 4. Okay, now this result we got after solving 1 minus I to power 4. Okay, but this result has to be represented in the form of a plus ib. Okay, so see student, when we have solved the solution we got minus 4, and this solution can be represented in the form of a plus ib. So see, in this answer only real part is available, imaginary part is not available. It means imaginary part is 0, it means the value of b is 0. So when I will represent this in the form of a plus ib, so I can write it minus 4 plus I into 0. Okay, so this will be the solution of question number 8. Okay, now student, question number 9 and question number 10 are simply based on the formula of a plus b ka cube and a minus b ka cube. Okay, and I told you whatever formulas or whatever identities we are used for the real number, same identity we can use for the complex number. Okay, I told you in the previous part. So with the help of that identity, that is a plus b whole cube and a minus b whole cube, you can solve question number 9 and 10. Okay, So I hope you have understood the question number 8, and I hope that you can solve all questions from question number 1 to question number 10. Okay. Now student, from question number 11 to question number 13, you have to find the multiplicative inverse. Okay. I'm not going to write the question because I'm hoping that you all having mathematics books. So from question number 11 to question number 13, you have to find multiplicative inverse. Okay. And I told you what is the formula of multiplicative inverse. So 11, 12 and 13. Out of 3, I will tell you the any one part. Okay. So suppose I am going to tell the 11th part. Okay. See, 11th part. And you have to find multiplicative inverse from question number 11 to question number 13. So means question is that 4 minus 3i. 4 minus 3i, and you have to find the multiplicative inverse of this question. So we know now what is the formula of multiplicative inverse, that is z minus 1 equal to what? Z bar upon mod of z ka square. This we know student. Okay, this is the formula of multiplicative inverse. I told you in the previous part of the video. Okay, this is the formula of multiplicative inverse. So student, suppose this is a complex number z. So let z equal to 4 minus 3i. Z equal to 4 minus 3i. Okay. So what will be its conjugate? Its conjugate will be 4 plus 3i. Now, after that we need to find the mod of z. So what will be the mod of z, student? The mod of z is equal to what? Under root real part of z ka square plus imaginary part of z ka square. This is the formula of modulus of a complex number. I told you. So see, mod of z will be equal to what? Real part of z is 4, so 4 ka square plus imaginary part of z is minus 3. We will have to take minus sign also. So minus 3 ka square. Okay. So mod of z will be equal to 16 plus 9, which will be equal to 25, and mod of z will be equal to 5. We always take the positive value of modulus because we all know that the modulus of a positive as well as negative number is always a positive. So that's why many of the students will ask that, sir, why it is not coming plus minus 5? Because it is modulus and modulus is always positive. That's why we are taking plus sign only. Okay. Now we got z bar also, we got mod of z also. So multiplicative inverse of z will be z inverse, and z inverse is equal to z bar upon mod of z ka square. Okay. So now z inverse is equal to z bar is 4 plus 3i and mod of z is 5. So 5 ka square. So it means that answer will come 4 plus 3i upon 25. Either you can write in this way or you can write it separately, like 4 upon 25 plus 3 upon 25i. Okay. So this will be the solution of your question number 11, student. Please note down it. Okay. All questions are very simple. If you have watched all the videos, you can easily solve. Okay. Now question number 12 is also same. I am going to tell you question number 13. Okay, that is little bit different. So I hope you have understood. Now student, question number 13 of exercise 5.1, that is question number 13, that is minus I. Okay. So you have to find the multiplicative inverse of minus I. So see student, so again assume it, let z equal to y. It is a complex number z. So what will be its conjugate? Its conjugate will be plus I. I told you na, whenever we write the conjugate, just we change the sign of an imaginary part. Okay. So if z equal to minus I, then the conjugate of z will be plus I. Okay. What will be the mod of z? What will be the mod of z? Mod of z is equal to real part of z का square plus imaginary part of z का square. ठीक है. Now students see, in this z there is no real part. So if there is no real part, it means real part of z will be what? 0. So 0 का square plus imaginary part of z. Imaginary part of z is minus 1, because with I what is associated? If nothing is written, it means 1 is associated with it. Okay, suppose if x is written and you have to find the coefficient of x, so what will be the coefficient? 1. Similarly here the coefficient of I will be minus 1, so that will be its imaginary part. So its mod of z will come under root 0 plus 1, it means plus 1. Okay, so now multiplicative inverse of z, that is z minus 1 equal to z bar upon mod of z ka square. Now what is z bar? Z bar is I and mod of z is equal to 1, it means 1 ka square. So z inverse will always equal to I. So that will be your answer. Okay, please note down it. Now student, the last question of exercise 5.1 is that in this question, that is question number 14, it is the last question of exercise 5.1, and in this question whatever expressions are given, you have to represent it in the form of a plus ib. Okay, you have to represent this expression in the form of a plus ib. Okay, you can see your book. So now we will solve it as we solved in the previous part. Okay, so now see student, when we will solve this expression, so what will come? See, in the numerator part of this question there is one formula is forming. Okay, see, it is a plus b, it is a minus b. So in place of a plus b into a minus b, we can write now a square minus b square, because this is forming the formula of a square minus b square. So in place of this I can write 3 square minus I root 5 square. Okay, because this expression forming the formula of a square minus b square. Now in the denominator part we can simply apply the BOD mass. So see, under root 3 plus under root 2i. Now open the bracket, so it will come minus root 3 and plus I root 2. Okay, now see student, 3 ka square will be 9 minus I square into 5, this will come. Okay, and in this denominator part under root 3 will be cancelled. Okay, it is root 2i and it is I root 2, both are same. I told you now, either you will write a plus bi or you can write a plus ib, both are same. Okay, so these two are the like terms. So see, I root 2 and I root 2, suppose you if you have one expression like 1 root 2 and 1 root 2, what you write? 2 root 2 now. Similarly, I root 2 and I root 2, when they both will be added, it will come 2I root 2. Okay, 2I root 2 will come. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. Now, after this student, see, here is 9 and see the value of I square is minus 1. So minus and minus 1 into 5 divided by, here will be 2I root 2. Okay, now see, it will become 9 plus 5 upon 2I root 2. So it will become 14 upon 2I root 2. This 14 will be cancelled by 2 7 times. So 7 upon root 2 I will come. Okay, 7 upon root 2 I will come. Okay, now student, whenever we solve complex number, we always see that whatever imaginary part is given, that should not be in the denominator, sorry, imaginary part cannot be in the denominator. Okay, so first what we will do, we will rationalize it. Okay, we always know na, whenever we see the root sign in the denominator, we can rationalize it. Similarly, for complex number, whenever we see I sign in the denominator, we can rationalize. Okay, so for eliminating I from the denominator, we can multiply I in both numerator and denominator. Okay, so it here will be 7 into I, or here will be root 2I into I. Okay, so it will become 7I upon root 2I square. So see student, 7I and the value of I square is what? The value of I square is -1, so it will become minus root 2. Okay, or you can write like this, minus 7 upon root 2I. Okay, now if you want to rationalize it again, then again you can multiply it by root 2 in both numerator and denominator. Or if you don't want to rationalize, you can leave your answer up to this only. Okay, so I can rationalize. So if I will rationalize root 2 from denominator, so I can multiply root 2 in both numerator and denominator. So I will get 7 root 2I upside, and in the denominator 2 will come after rationalization. Okay, because we never put under root sign or imaginary sign in the denominator, so we can rationalize it. First I have rationalized I, then after that I have rationalized root 2. Okay, so this comes. Okay, after solving this much. Okay, now we have to represent this expression in the form of a plus ib. So see, after seeing this expression, we can say na, there is no real part. See, only I part is there, means only imaginary part is there. There is no real part, but we have to write in the form of a plus ib. So what we will write, if a real part is not available in this solution, so we can say real part will be 0. So we can write 0 plus, because we have to write in the form of a plus ib na. So in place of a, 0 will come because a is the real part. After that I plus I, and the value of b will be minus 7 root 2 upon 2. So this is the representation of this question in the form of a plus ib. Okay, if nothing is written, so you can write your answer up to this only. Okay, but if in the question it is mentioned that you have to write your answer in the form of a plus ib, so you have to write whatever the answer comes in the form of a plus ib, because there is no real part, so a is 0, plus, because in this form we have to write, so plus I, and the value of b is minus 7 root 2 by 2. So by this way student, we have finished our exercise 5.1. Okay, I hope you have understood all the concept and all the solution of the question. Okay, in the next part of the video student, we will study very important thing, that is polar representation of a complex number. Okay, only very few topics are left in this chapter. After that we can finish this chapter. Okay, so I hope up to this part whatever things I taught you, that is clear to you. Okay, and in the next part we will study some new things, some very important things about this chapter. Okay, so student, till then have a nice day, take care, thank you.